Have you ever suffered from procrastination? Perfectionism? In yesterday's life lesson, I talked about how I spent 2 years of my life preparing, getting ready before I finally kicked off my other YouTube channel, which is called Channel Master. After some deep thinking, I realized there are 3 core reasons why I delayed the kickoff for so long. On the surface, it may have looked like perfectionism or procrastination, but those were merely the symptoms. So I narrowed it down to those 3 root causes. Things you can avoid in the future. In today's video, I'm covering the second of those 3 causes. If you want to see the first one, you can see the video from yesterday. I'll put a link in the pinned comment below. But that's optional. These are independent concepts, which just so happened in my situation to come together to create the perfect storm, causing me to be constantly getting ready, preparing for 2 years. Ugh, I feel that, you know? So here's the life lesson. Unrealistic schedules are gonna f you over. I'm sorry, that's the most realistic way I can say it. Maybe there's a better way, but that communicates the emotion I feel about this. My original plan was 12 YouTube channels created in 1 year. So each month meant 1 new YouTube channel with 8 videos each. And I told myself, that's doable. I can create 2 videos per week. However, this idea of 12 YouTube channels in 1 year created absolutely no breathing room, which meant I really had to be completely prepared before launching. So all those hardware upgrades I mentioned in the previous video, which took me months, I had to get them done beforehand. If I didn't do them right now, they will literally never get done. There was gonna be no time for this kind of stuff later because I had to hit the ground running and I had to keep running. And listen, I even thought the pace was okay. 2 videos per week? That's doable with self-discipline, but I could manage this pace for a year. But I needed to get some core things locked in first. These hardware upgrades that will benefit every future video I make. And importantly, I needed to do that before actually starting. So that is the danger of a schedule which is too ambitious. It didn't even feel unrealistic per se. It was simply too ambitious. And this kind of schedule, without breathing room, creates pressure, which translated into, I can't just kick off this project and do these things later. I have to delay the kickoff until all my ducks are in a row. I think you're seeing the point now. So, what does a good schedule look like? A realistic schedule. No, actually, I don't want to use that word realistic because I did feel like my schedule was realistic. A good schedule, a healthy schedule, can still be ambitious, but has to plan in things like maintenance, recovery, unexpected problems, a little slack. And this is all for the sole purpose of allowing you to proceed starting today with good enough and having the freedom to improve iteratively later. Retrospectively, in my scenario, I could have communicated ahead of time I'll do these new YouTube channels about once a month, or even planned ahead of time to have 1 week between each of them, simply for preparation, recovery, and improvement time. Just establish that from the beginning. That would have allowed me to move some things into a separate list, stuff that's critical before launch, and stuff that can be added over time. I would advise you this. Only you know the right amount of ambition and breathing room for your schedule. Look inside. You will feel it. If you feel you can already get started and have time to course correct along the way and iteratively improve, that's probably a good sign. Tying it all together. In my scenario, I had 3 root issues. First, from my video yesterday, I incorrectly felt it was my one chance, amping up the importance too much. Second, as we discussed today, I literally felt I would not have time to do these hardware upgrades after launching because my schedule was too ambitious. It's not even about having a realistic plan. It's about having breathing room baked in so you can already get started today. And third, well, that's a life lesson for tomorrow. Subscribe if you would like to catch all these little life lessons and avoid my mistakes. And I will see you tomorrow for the next one.